Now, the facades of love, FACADE, facade means a false front or the front of something. So, the facades of love, we have Eric Fromm's theory. Love is the most effective coping mechanism to counter the pain of one's separateness and existential isolation. So that's what Fromm says. Fromm also says individuals make many false starts because they mistake common cases of misguided pseudo love with rare genuine love. So Fromm is of the opinion that love is the most effective coping mechanism to counter the pain of one's separateness and existential isolation. And also, individuals make many false starts because they mistake common cases of misguided pseudo love with rare genuine love. And Fromm goes on to tell us the types of pseudo or misguided love. The types of pseudo or misguided love, the first one is infantile love. This is a transference of feelings for a parent to a partner. The transference of feelings for a parent to a partner. Hence, one loves not the partner, but certain attributes one has unknowingly superimposed upon the so-called beloved. Sterile love. Sterile love is having grown up in an emotionally cold home. A person may adopt the same emotionally distant attitudes toward the partner while believing himself to be very loving. That's sterile love. Imaginary love. Imagining oneself to be loving and caring in order to cope with an emotionally impoverished life, which in reality, when in reality one is cold and distant. So this is an interesting one. Imagining oneself to be loving and caring in order to cope with an emotionally impoverished life, when in reality one is very cold and distant. Eroticism. Making sexual pleasure, mistaking sexual pleasure for love. So these are all the various facades of love, according to Fromm. We have many more. Fromm continues to tell us, he already told us about infantile love, sterile love, imaginary love, eroticism, and next one is superficiality. One loves not the person but some attribute, that is prestige, status, etc. Symbiotic love. This is another facade where it's a deficient form of love in which two individuals become involved in a sadomasochistic cycle in order to assuage loneliness and isolation. The sadist seeks to overcome separateness by dominating and controlling, and the masochist seeks to overcome existential isolation and gain security by being used and dominated. Now listen carefully. The sadist, symbiotic form of love, it's a deficient love. The sadist seeks to overcome separateness by dominating and controlling, and the masochist seeks to overcome existential isolation and gain security by being used and dominated. Idolatrous love. This is another facade. A person with low self-esteem and lacking in firm sense of self-identity idolizes another's love to the point of worship. A person with low self-esteem and lacking a firm sense of self-identity. He idolizes another's love to the point of worship. Nostalgic love. Dwelling upon happy memories of courtship and honeymoon while ignoring bitter realities of the loveless marriage. Or deferring gratification and anticipating future romance in order to tolerate the drudgery and tedium of the present. Nostalgic love is an interesting kind of love where the people involved are dwelling upon happy memories of courtship and honeymoon while ignoring the bitter reality of a loveless marriage, or postponing gratification and anticipating future romance in order to tolerate the drudgery and tedium of the present. Projective love. Each projects his own faults upon the other, thus ignoring their real problems and making genuine communication and love impossible. Projective love is another facade, a negative facade. Each projects his own faults upon the other, thus ignoring their real problems and making genuine communication and love impossible.